So one of the combos I've never uploaded a video for is transferring coconut onto parrot. So you need leech and parrot and gorilla. So obviously that means it's advantageous to go for a scumbag leech camel combination and then use the frog to transfer the stats onto the parrot, which will guarantee that the parrot has higher attack than the leech. And you know, the combo will go off without a hitch. The problem I found trying to get this to work is that there are so many moving parts. and I think just having frog in your team in general is a massive disadvantage. You see here on turn 9 I haven't even got level 2 frog yet. But yeah, so I'd never done this before and I thought I would, you know, have a go, and I had many attempts and I just couldn't get it working, and I'll show some of the fails at the end. But the original runs for this were, I think the first one I saw was posted by Bit-Jero, and it showed using this method to go even one step further and apply the coconut to a seagull, which then can give coconut to every pet in your team. And then of course the man himself, SuperAutoGaming, iterated on that and actually managed to win a 10-win run with a full coconut team using the method, which was just mind-blowing to me, and I had no intention of trying to do that. So I was going to go for the junior version, and yet I still couldn't get it working. Or I could get it working, but then I would just lose. So you'll see in this run, I decided I was just going to do whatever it took to win. Yeah, there's some weird graphical glitches here on screen. I don't know what happened with the recording, but there's a couple more skips later on. Hopefully it doesn't detract too much. So anyway, we've got the gorilla frozen. Now we get the parrot. So finally we can start building an actual decent team. So transfer the stats to the parrot. We need to keep the leech for at least one turn. And there were multiple games where I tried to use the leech to then also give the gorilla coconut, permanent coconut as well. And ultimately, after the certain number of fails, I just decided, look, it's not worth it. So here I used the melon to guarantee that the stego buff goes onto the parrot or the gorilla. And this is where, like, at this point, I'd had so many fails trying to get multiple coconuts on the team. I just thought, just forget it, you know, just play stego. I mean, if you need to win, you need to win. So that's what we're going to do. And although I had the bats frozen, I originally wanted to do something with the parrot copying a different pet for a change. So parrot bat was a possibility, but they're so weak at this point in the game. It's just, I've already spent all my frog swap transfer stats on the parrot. And again, we're thinking about skunk here because I'm just looking for the best possible pets to try and lock in the win since I'm on lethal. And here I decide, no, we're just going to run double stego, and the parrot will copy stego, so we've got triple stego. So yeah, one of the obvious drawbacks to this is that the coconut is, although the coconut effect is incredibly good, it's no different to melon or pepper. At the start of turn, it can be deleted by, and it can be just sniped by anything. It can be covered by weakness. So it's not really as good as, you know, gorilla or reindeer, where they're activating the effects after all the snipes and things have gone off. But at the same time, it just feels really novel and unusual to have permanent coconut on your team, especially when it's not on a gorilla. So just a bit of shuffling around there because the clownfish is guaranteed not to get the stego buff, so I'll move it to the back. And you'll see, I think this was probably not long after they made the stego change, so everyone is playing double stego, which is partly why it was becoming so difficult to try and get a win. We're on 9 now, and I don't get anything I want, so I'm just going to give cheese to the back stego and guarantee, or increase the chances. Well, this guarantees that the gorilla will get at least 1 stego buff. Although in the previous turns it didn't really help. And here we go, and we go against parrot. Parrot double stego, but they don't have coconut, and the coconut saves me from 4 damage from the fly. But in the end, the cheese is actually going to claim the win. So here's one of the fails, and this time I was, I think this was the same theme where I was just taking the best combo I could to try and guarantee the win instead of going for fancy setup. So I do have the double coconut here, and I'm copying leopard, but unfortunately we go against one of the most common things you see is the full, like the 50-50 leopard with tiger, and not a single snipe touches their 50-50 leopard, otherwise my parrot would have killed it. Yeah, very frustrating, that one. And then here's one showing what happens when you don't even get the combo off, and here I just ended up going for raptor. I got level 3 raptor with only 1 strawberry pet, and it just shows you how much, you know, it's so much better just to take the raptor than it is to try and mess around with the leech. So here the parrot copies the octopus and then just fittingly it activates coconut on the level 3 gorilla and gets killed, but the raptor survives for the achievement. So give it a try for yourself. It can be very frustrating, but it's also really really funny to see the parrot actually have coconut.